Hello friends, I had to film this video expeditiously because there is huge Poshmark news. I'm here at my storage unit doing my shipping, and I just had two video chats with some of my very large selling Poshmark reselling friends that had one-on-one calls with Poshmark employees, and there are some huge changes coming to Poshmark that have already started. So I don't know if you all have seen this and that are coming. Stick around till the end because this is going to be jam-packed. Number one, bulk sharing is gone. This is the newest update right now that they're rolling out. I am filming this. What is the date? I'm filming this November 5th, November 4th. My two friends that I talked to, I should give you a little background. They do want to remain anonymous, but they did say that I could share this info with you. One of them is a lister. She only lists on Poshmark. She sells a lot of new inventory. She buys truckloads. She buys boutique clothing. I'm talking, she sold over 70,000 items on Poshmark. She has had the app when it first launched, which I always forget. She tells me the year. Was it like 2012, 2000? I don't know. She's an OG, like one of the first sellers on Poshmark. And then another one of my friends that had a one-on-one call. These are people that had a one-on-one call with Poshmark employees. So everything I'm telling you came straight from the horse's mouth, Poshmark employees. The other seller that had a one-on-one call, she is a live seller and also a lister. And she's been on Poshmark longer than I have. She's been selling on Poshmark for 10 years. But she does a ton of live sales and she's a full-time reseller. So everything I'm telling you is from the horse's mouth. This is not like gossip or anything. Bulk sharing is gone. That update is slowly rolling out. I have Android on my phone and I still have bulk sharing. Those of us that you have Android phones, we already know we're the last ones to get the updates. So you iPhone people and all of you that use Poshmark on your phone and the app, you've probably already seen it gone. If you update your app, this update, I believe, came out this week, the week I'm filming this. It started to trickle out. Bulk sharing is gone. I don't remember Poshmark talking about that at PoshFest. If you went to PoshFest, let us know in the comments down below. Did they say that was going away? I don't remember them mentioning that in the hackathon. And so I didn't know that was coming. That was news to me when my two friends were like, yeah, have you noticed bulk sharing is gone? And I noticed on my desktop, it is gone, but on my phone, it's still there. But like I said, I have the newest Samsung, what is it? Like Samsung 25, 26? I don't know what number we're on. And it's still there, but like I said, Android, we always get the updates after you iPhone people. So I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on that down below. I never used bulk sharing, so I don't. I never, ever have used it. I know when it launched a while back, sellers were really excited about it, but I've never used it, like ever once. If you are new here, by the way, hello. My name is Nikki. I have been a part-time reseller for over 10 years. My very first platform was eBay. Then I started selling on Amazon, and then I added ThreadUp, The Real, Poshmark. I have been selling on for coming up on 7 years. 2026 will be my 7th year selling on Poshmark, and then my newest platform is Whatnot. I started live selling there almost 4 years ago. I think it's almost 4 years ago. Wow, time is flying. So if you are a new, this is my storage unit. I store my over 1,000 listings in this unit. I am in Los Angeles. I'm in Los Angeles. What else can I tell you? I just like to give a little background because these videos tend to get pushed out to newer people. So subscribe. We just hit 25,000 subscribers, by the way. Thank you so much to all of the new subscribers. Thank you to my oldies, but my goldies. That's what I call my long-term subscribers that have subscribed. I call this channel my little happy corner of the internet. I upload multiple times a week. So if you have seen me multiple times over this last month and you have not subscribed, why not, friend? I upload all the time. It's free. Give this video a thumbs up. What else am I supposed to tell you to do? Hype the video. That's new. I talked about that in my last video. YouTube now has this feature. It's only on mobile. Thank you to all of you that were like, how do I hype you? You have to be on an app, on like, you know, your iPad, your phone. You can't do it on desktop. So right where you can comment, if you swipe, you'll see hype, and you can only hype a certain amount of videos every week. Like I think for me, it says I can only hype 3 videos a week. So if you give this video a hype, it basically is a new feature that YouTube launched to help grow smaller channels. So I looked it up because I didn't know this. If you have 500,000 subscribers or less, you can hype that channel. If the person already has 500,000 subscribers or more, it's not for them because they're already, you know, they're bigger channels. It's for smaller channels like mine, for the viewer to tell YouTube, hey, this is a good video, push it out. And it helps my channel get discovered. It helps me get more subscribers, and it's free for you guys to do. So if you enjoy these videos, thumbs up and hype. I need to start now saying hype the video. I talked about this in the last video, but YouTube gave me a notification and it was like, you were in the top 5% of creators for hype. I was like, what? I don't know if it meant on the platform or if it meant like in the reselling niche. I'll put that screenshot somewhere, but I was like, that is so cool. So thank you to all of you, because I had never even mentioned, hey, hype this video. So thank you to all of you that have been doing that. Subscribe. All right. So subscribe tangent over. Bulk sharing is gone. I never used it. Let me know how you feel. I know some of my reselling friends do not like that. I'm assuming it's not coming back, but I don't know, because Poshmark never, I don't remember them announcing that they were getting rid of it. This is big for live sellers, but stick with me for those of you that don't care about live selling, because the last thing I'm going to talk about, I'm putting it at the end because I want to talk about it for quite a bit, has to do with everyone that sells on Poshmark. Okay, but we'll go through the live selling part quickly. Number one, they are implementing bundling for live sellers. So the two of my friends, this is straight from Poshmark employees that talk to the employees. What's going to happen is, let's say you have a live sale on Monday and Nikki buys 5 items in your live sale. Nikki will then, after the live sale ends, have 3 hours after the live sale ends to go into your closet. Maybe I want to buy like some shoes and a dress. Maybe I buy 1 item. Maybe I want to buy 5 items. I buy those items in a bundle from your closet, or I buy 1 item from your bundle, from your closet. Okay. It can be 1 item. It can be a bundle of items. So then I have 2 separate purchases with you. I have your live sale purchase that I attended on Monday. And then within the 3 hours after your live show ended, I bought those shoes from your closet, or I bundled 10 things. So I have those 2 purchases. As long as I do that within 3 hours of your live show ending, the seller can then combine those orders and make them 1 order. That is so huge for us live sellers, because I cannot tell you how time consuming and how distracting it can be for other buyers in your live show when someone is like, hey, Nikki, I have this happen all the time in my Poshmark live shows. I want to buy those Skims leggings you have. I've already bought 10 things in your live show. Can you run those really quickly? So then in order to give good customer service, what am I going to do? There's like 30 people watching the show, but this one person wants it. And they're like, I have to go to work. This literally just happened to me last week. So can you run them now? So I pause running the live show, go pull those leggings into my live show, run it for this person. She buys it, so then she can get bundle shipping, and they all ship together. With this new update that's coming, which is so great, I am the bulk sharing. I told you, I'm sorry for those of you that, you know, it's gone. I feel for you. I never really used it though, but this one I am so excited about, because now I don't have to stop my live show to run things in my closet for people who want it, you know, because I want them. One, I want to make the money. I want to make the sale. But also, I would just feel bad for those other people that are like, well, I was interested in the stuff you were just running in your live show. Like, why are we pausing? I've had people actually give me feedback, like, can you stop pausing your show to run things from your closet for other people? Because like it slows it down, and I was interested in other stuff. So I'm so happy about that. This is nothing but good for live sellers, is that we can now just bundle. I guess after the show ends, it will say, hey, I'm thinking of a name. Hey, Susan, do you want to combine these two orders that Nikki made? And she'll just pay one shipping price. So that is huge, huge for us live sellers. Huge. So that's the only like live show specific Poshmark update. And they did not tell, Poshmark employees did not tell my two friends when this will happen, but they're working on it. So there's no definitive date on that. It's just, it's coming. They're working on it. I will tell you that both employees that met with my friends in both meetings, they were both told a lot of updates are rolling out like right now. Like bulk sharing is out right now. And for those of you that don't see it, like it's going to be coming within the coming weeks. The live show bundling, they're working on it, but they didn't give a definitive date for that. This is coming very soon, and this affects all of us. They are going to start monitoring how many cancellations we have. And similar to the delist, relist policy that they launched this year, you can start getting in trouble for excessive cancellations. That is huge, friends, because Poshmark has always been super lenient on cancellations. I thought almost too lenient. But keep in mind, I am a reseller that started on eBay, and they have never messed around about cancellations. Like I've actually had friends get their accounts suspended or permanently banned, closed down for too many cancellations. Like eBay and Amazon is even more strict about cancellations. So like I come from those backgrounds, so I'm really strict about myself with cancellations. I really try to not cancel on any platform, but especially when you start your reselling career on the platforms that are most strict about it, I find, sorry, I hit the mic, that Poshmark has always been the most lenient, and I never understood why. But coming 2026, they're not messing around with cancellations. So number one, both of my friends were told, remember, I keep reiterating this because I'll always get some comments like, oh, you're not giving accurate information, and that's not true. What I'm telling you is from Poshmark employees. Now, if things change in the future, if you're watching this like a year from now, things may have changed with these updates. Terms of service may have changed, but November 2025, this is what has been told to Poshmark sellers. So cancellations. One, if you are a live seller that bundles across shows, I'll quickly explain this because I know not all of you are live sellers. Let's say you have a live show on Monday and Nicole buys 2 items. Then you have a live show on Tuesday, Nicole buys 1 item. You have another live show on Wednesday, Nicole buys 1 item. What a lot of well, I shouldn't say a lot. I don't do this. What some live sellers will do as like a customer service courtesy is they will create one bundle. They'll hold all of your items till Thursday, and then they'll create one bundle for your total items, and you would buy that bundle on Thursday, and then they go in and cancel Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. A lot of live sellers do that. I need to stop saying a lot. Not honestly, not a lot do that, but some people do that. All of those cancellations are now going to count against you once Poshmark rolls out this new cancellation policy. Caveat, they didn't say when this is going to start, but I just want you all to know it's coming down the pipeline. They're working on it. It's coming. So don't be shocked if you're watching this video when it happens. So that's one that could hugely affect live sellers. I will tell you, I never liked doing that. One, I want my money. Like, I'm just going to be so real. I am doing reselling as a business. This is set up as a business with the state of California. I need money. And for me to hold your items all week is holding up my money. Number two, I don't have the space to do that. I know some people have warehouses and huge basements and offices. I don't. So when I sell something, I need it to get out because I need the space. I'm running my live shows out of a super small, tiny office in our condo. I have to have it gone. And two, I tried doing this when I first started doing live shows on Poshmark 3 years ago. I would have people take advantage of me. People would say, oh, I'll come back to Friday's live show, and they would never come. So I'm holding their items for days. They never came back. So So I'm holding up my money. My ship time was through the roof because I'm holding this one sweater for this girl that said she'll come back to my other live shows. She never came back. So my ship time was getting like 4 or 5 days. And then sometimes I would just not even pay attention and the orders would get auto canceled. And I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. So then I was just losing money. And one live show was like 20 items that for the whole week, I just wasn't getting any money. The people never came back. And so, yeah, I stopped doing it. I don't think I'll ever do that again. But for those of you that still do that, just know cancellations are going to affect your account. Like if you're excessively doing it, it could be a slap on the hand. You could get a warning. If you keep doing it, it could be suspension, like what they're doing with the delist relist policy. If you don't know anything about that new policy, I will link those videos down below. I'll put the thumbnails on the screen because that rocked everybody's world, right? Earlier 2025. The Poshmark employees did tell my friends, for those cancellations that are done, let's say you're not even a live seller, like I'm sure most of you are not. For cancellations that are done, like if you lost something, what are the options? Like out of stock, don't have item, it was damaged. Those are going to count too, but they're going to like weigh those differently. So like for live sellers that are doing it as a customer service courtesy to bundle people, it's not going to negatively affect your account as much as those people who are excessively saying, oh, I don't have this item. Oh, it's damaged. Oh, it's out of stock. That's going to affect your account more negatively. So for me, and I know for a lot of us that are eBay sellers and Amazon sellers first, this is not going to affect us as much because we know if we're listing something and it's listed, we need to have it because, like I told you all years ago, I got my eBay account. I got put on suspension because I had to cancel like 4 orders in a month. And eBay was like, absolutely not. Like, if you don't turn this around in a month, you're going to get in more trouble. So I fell below top rated. It was bad. I did a whole video on it. It was bad. It's a couple years old, but I had to like dig my way back up to top rated. So, I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. I just had something last month. I just could not find it. It was a sweater I had listed for over a year. I could not find it. I went through every single one of these bins. It was horrible. I hate when I can't find something, and I had to cancel it, and I had to say I don't have the item. But that doesn't happen very often for me. So for those of you that you're like looking for a sign to do your inventory, to make sure you have everything listed, now might be the time to do that because this policy is coming. That Poshmark didn't tell my friends exactly when this is going to roll out, but they said it's coming. I'm like guessing, my friends and I are speculating that it's probably like Q1 of 2026, but it might be sooner. So why not get on top of it? If you have something listed, make sure you actually have the item. Make sure it's not damaged. Like, it's a good time to do inventory to make sure you have everything. So cancellation policy is coming. And one of the Poshmark employees told my friend is that the reason they're doing this is because Poshmark has, been looking at the data for years, and for a selling platform, their cancellation rate is extremely high, and it skews their data. Like they were saying, it's hard for us to even track current sales numbers for the day, for the week, for the month, because there are such a huge number of cancellations across our platform, across all sellers. And we're really trying to, think about it. They were purchased by a tech company, which I think is good that they're looking at the data and they want the data to be as accurate as possible. And they're like, the employee was telling my friend, we cannot do that with the amount of cancellations that is happening across the platform. We just cannot accurately extract like what's the best selling category and what are the best selling brands when people are selling things and canceling. Like, he gave the example, I think he said like within a week across the whole platform, they had 1 week where there were over like 70 or 80,000 cancellations. That's huge. I'm sorry, not even a week. He said within a 4-day period, 4-day period. So I personally, you know what? I don't want to I have learned my lesson. when filming these platform update videos, I don't want to tell you my personal opinion. I'm just going to follow the rules, okay? I am human. If I lose something and I have to cancel, fine, but excessive cancellations, I'm going to fly above board, and I hopefully won't get in trouble for that. So let me know your thoughts on that down below. I have a sneaking suspicion those of you that are like eBay sellers first that come from eBay or Amazon, you're probably like, that's no big deal. Like, I've always had to follow that. But I know for those of us, well, I can't say us because Poshmark, I feel like I'm a late bloomer to Poshmark 7 years in. For those of you that are only Poshmark sellers that have only sold on Poshmark, I feel like that could be like a big adjustment. So let me know your thoughts down below. Just looking at myself in the viewfinder, and I'm like, you guys have to know how much I really want you to get information as quickly as possible because I look crazy. I always come here after the gym. I have very minimal makeup on. I'm like sweaty. I did a 3-mile run on the treadmill. And I'm like, oh, Nikki, are you really going to put this on YouTube? But I am dedicated to you guys. I want you to get the info so you can keep your accounts safe. You can make as much money as possible. And a well-informed reseller is a better reseller, in my opinion. So that's why I just try to get these to you as quickly as possible. But I'm just looking like, girl, I look crazy. All right. The biggest thing that is going to affect all of us, I have saved till the end. This update is supposed to come within the next 2 weeks. They said at the very latest, like all of us should have this before the end of the year. The cover photo for every single listing on Poshmark will have a white background. Let me grab my item that sold while you process that. I always forget, since I have this portable mic, I can step away and you can still hear me. Let me make sure it's still on. So every single cover photo across the platform will have a white background. This sold for $65. I'm sorry, this sold for $55. This is a new with tags, easel. I called it like a trench coat dress situation. It's very oversized. I bought multiple of these from easel. They're all new with the tags. It's a really premium boutique brand. So that sold, and I have like 2 more if you're interested in my Poshmark closet. That is coming because Poshmark, the employees both told my friends this. Poshmark is really trying to make their search algorithm better. We talked about that in my update video. My app has already changed. It looks so different. They are trying to make the app look more pleasing to the buyer. They're very buyer focused right now. One of the employees told my friend that, the previous CEO was very community focused, and he was focused on saving clothing from the landfill and all of that great stuff. But this company and their focus that purchased Poshmark is buyer focused. They want the money, which I don't think is a bad thing. My friends and I were talking about that, and they were saying, some of your viewers might not like that. But personally, this is one personal thought I will put in. My friends and I were saying that we think that's a good thing because the more buyer focused they are, the more money we make, right? And what they have found from their research and their data pools is that when everything is cohesive on the app, when things come up that you search for, that you're actually searching for, and things have clean pictures and non-busy backgrounds with flowers and tinsel and all that stuff, people are more likely to buy. And they're really trying to bring in more buyers. So this is not optional. It's coming, friends. Whether you like it or not, the first photo, whatever cover photo you use for a listing on Poshmark, this is everywhere, Poshmark wide, will have a white background. Like me personally, I use Photo Room to white out all my backgrooms, all my photos. I actually stopped doing that because I use Vendu to cross-post my listings. Shameless plug. I have a referral link down below. If you use Vendu and you sign up for your first month, you get 25% off with my code. Check the description box, friends, because I have a ton of info in there. The link to my free newsletter is there. And part of my thank you for joining my weekly newsletter is I send you a free ebook. It's a 100 brand bolo guide. It's a PDF. You can save it to your phone. It's 13 pages and it's free. And then you're on my weekly newsletter. And I only email you once a week. That's in the description box. Any referral codes I have, like I have a discount code for Boutique by the Box. By the way, I just saw they have Skims bras. I don't know if you all know that. I have a ton of Skims listed, so I didn't buy it, but they just released like this week a Skims bra box. And if you use my code NikkiBeautyBlis, you get 10% off. It doesn't work on all of their boxes, but it works on most of them. So check the description box because I put a ton of resources in there, links to my equipment and stuff. But I have been using Vendu to white out my photos. And so I was going to cancel Photo Room, but I use Photo Room for so much of my business. I use it to make my AI model photos. I use it in my real estate business. So I'm going to keep, I think Photo Room is worth its weight in gold, like $9 for Photo Room. I use it even in my healthcare job. Like, so I'm not going to get rid of Photo Room, but even if you don't use Photo Room, that's coming. So I feel like that's real. I feel like each and every one of these updates is going to piss people off. It's just change. And a lot of people, what I've learned from doing these platform update videos is that a lot of people don't like change. But I can tell you as a reseller, I've been reselling. I opened my eBay account 16 years ago, is that the only thing you can count on with reselling is change. That's the only guarantee. There's always going to be something that changes. And I always say this little, like, I don't want to sound like I'm preaching, but I always say this towards the end of the videos because some people get mad at me. It's like, we don't own these platforms. What are we going to do? You have two options. You pivot and you adjust your business. That's what I've always done. Or you quit. I'm not quitting. I haven't quit. I've been doing this for 16 years. People get mad at me because they're like, no, you can rage against the machine and you can start your own platform and resellers should band together and start their own platform. I mean, I guess you could do that. I don't want to do that. I love reselling, but it is part-time for me. I don't want to start my own platform. I don't want to start my own website. I appreciate that eBay has millions of users every month. Poshmark has millions of users. So they bring the buyer to me. And I just understand I don't own their platforms. So they're going to do whatever they're going to do. And I just have to pivot my business to make it work for me. I don't even get mad. My oldies, but my goldies know. There's no point in me getting mad. Sometimes I get a little sad about a change. You know, like when they changed the shipping to Ground Advantage, I was like, okay, I can see how that's great. Like I said, friends, keep in mind any changes that you see from Poshmark here going forward, they are focused on the buyer. They have talked to the buyer, which I didn't know that. They've surveyed buyers. What do the buyers want? The buyers wanted cheaper shipping. So now we all use Ground Advantage shipping. If you haven't seen my video, I show you all of the Ground Advantage shipping supplies that you can get for free through Poshmark. I will link that. So when they made that shipping change, I was kind of sad that they didn't give us the option to do priority shipping. Like I was thinking, well, geez, I would have liked it if they would have at least said, well, if you want to pay more money, you can still do priority. But you know what? I don't own the platform. So I was like, you know what? I'm a little sad that I don't have the option. Every other platform gives you the option to choose what shipping product you want to use, but I don't own Poshmark, so I can't do anything, so whatever. But that's just how I go through life running my reselling business. I know all of us have feelings. They're all valid. I'm just take it from your big sis or your little sis. I know we have quite a few viewers that are older than I am. Your big sis, your little sis, your daughter, whatever. We just got to roll with it, friends, because there's nothing we can do. We can bitch, we complain, we can cry. They don't care. Poshmark and eBay do not care. One of you asked me, they're like, well, why don't you ever get a one-on-one from Poshmark? I'm like, have you seen my Poshmark videos? If you are new here and you like someone who is brutally honest, who just shares the reality with you, I don't know that any platform would have a one-on-one. Well, you know what? I take that back. In the early days of Whatnot starting their clothing category, I used to make videos where I was very candid about the things I didn't like about selling there. And you know what? They still did sponsored live sales with me. They did giveaways for my buyers. So I can't say that. They're the one platform, honestly, that even though sometimes I didn't say the nicest things about them online, they appreciated. They told me, their employees told me, we appreciate your honesty. We appreciate the feedback. We want to work with you. They're the only platform. I don't know. Poshmark has never reached out to me to work with me. I don't know that they ever would, but you know what's more important to me? My integrity with you all. Like, I'd rather just be brutally honest with you all about what it's like selling on these platforms without working directly with them. So I would love a one-on-one call with Poshmark if you're watching, so I could give you like my thesis of feedback I have. But friends, don't hold your breath. I don't know that that'll ever happen. But luckily, I have friends who are not on social media, but who are full-time, huge Poshmark sellers that are willing to share this info with me and that allow me to share it with you. Both of them reached out to me. We had like a conference video chat, and I was like taking notes as I left the gym because they were like, you need to share this. And they did get clearance from the Poshmark employees that everything they told them that they could share with any seller. So let me know your thoughts down below. How are we feeling, friends? Lots of changes. I told you in my last Poshmark update video, I was like, hold on, giddy up, friends. Just hold on, because there are a lot of changes coming. And what I can say is that whether you agree with the changes or not, just know that Poshmark's focus with all of these changes is to get us more money, to get them more money, obviously, and to get us more money. And it's all about buyer acquisition and keeping the buyers that have come to the platform or that are already on there. So whether we agree with the changes or not, this is, according to Poshmark, this is what the buyers want. Let me know your thoughts. Subscribe, and I'll see you soon. I'm going to have a video tomorrow. I don't know what day I'm posting this, but I have so many videos that are edited and ready to go. I'm just updating you at this point. I am doing a challenge. I'm doing a couple challenges on this channel where I start with $100 and I thrift, I list, I photograph, I source all of these items, and I am following the process until I make $5,000 in profit. Not even $5,000 in sales, $5,000 in profit. And I am taking you with me from day one until we hit that. I've already posted 2 videos in that challenge. I will leave a link to the playlist down below. I already have number 3 ready to go. So subscribe, check out those videos, because it's been a real learning experience, even for me as a veteran reseller. So subscribe, follow along, and I'll see you soon.